Whiskey Alpha 8, Alpha Hotel Zulu.
Alpha Hotel Zulu. Come back with your call sign one more time phonetically, please.
Whiskey Alpha 8, Alpha Hotel Zulu. The name is Mike.
Roger, Alpha Hotel Zulu. Name is Mike. And Mike, what is your location, sir?
Fairfax, Virginia, just outside of Washington, D.C.
Roger, Virginia. And what radio are you running today, Mike?
Today it's the FLEX-6500. I did a little adjusting on audio and would love to get a audio report and just confirm if the adjustments make sense out there on the other side of the microphone. You, over.
Roger, Roger. Well, gosh, first thing would be to make sure you're in that wide 100 to 2900 transmit bandwidth. 100 to 2900 is called wide. And that's what we prefer to be in. It allows your transmitter to be all that it can be. And then gives you just a slice of daylight so you don't become involved in somebody else's conversation, Roger.
Roger, and I think I'm pretty well there with no more than about a 2700 hertz bandwidth.
Roger, Roger. Now, are you locked into that 27, or can you input frequencies to 29?
I can go to 33 easily, which I don't want to do. I can go down to 24, which I'll do when I'm contesting. But there you go. Yes, probably, but you're now at the edge of where I have mastered this radio.
Roger, Roger. Okay, so let me give you some food for thought, maybe. Say we're in a pileup, trying to reach somebody's CQDX, and there's 30 or 40 people in there. And they're all as sharp as a tack, and they're all mid-range, whatever. But there's one guy in there that's running a full frequency range transmission. And that means that he has an area in the audio band that nobody else is there because they're all rolling their bottoms out. He's not rolling his bottom out to say 100 cycles. Everybody else is out at 4. So he has a range of frequencies that's all to himself. Also, depending on the top end, a lot of folks roll the top end off and try to get down into that piercing 3kc or 2kc or 1kc signal. Well, he's got content up there at 27, and maybe pushing at 27. But anyway, he has frequency response up to 29. So again, he's in an area that he's in the clear. So you take these areas that he is in the clear against all these other people that are not there. You wonder if he might be perceived easier than other folks, since he's the only one in those frequency realms.
Well, I've turned my equalizer off, so at this point I should be pretty flat across the entire speech frequencies. How's this sound? Over.
Okay, so I'm seeing activity down to about 400 cycles, and then it rolls out. So what would be neat would be, our setup procedure is, the first thing is that transmit bandwidth, and we want to get that as best we can. And you might think about that. Maybe there is a way that you can get to 2900 a lot easier than what you're thinking about. And I realize 300 is 2900 is not 3 or 3500 or whatever, but it is an operational frequency that I think, in my personal opinion, does more good at 2900 than bad. And so there's less people looking for my location with a shotgun at 29 than there would be at 35. So that's when we suggest 100 to 2900, the transmit bandwidth called wide. And that I'm not sure sure on your Flex if that shifts you to another EQ realm, like in the Paul P set of controls for EQ after your processor is turned on. I'm not sure if that happens with your radio, Roger.
Well, I have done some adjusting. I'm now up to about 28.4 on the high end and down to 100 on the low end. If you could look at that, that would be appreciative. It's a setting between 27 and 33, and I can do that very easy. That's a very easy adjustment. So how's that sound? Over?
Yes, sir. It has possibilities. It's very close to ideal. So I would run it just like that, and then maybe we could run to your ALC to set level, and your ALC meter is the Bible for that radio, and so as you say the word audio, you become a human test tone generator, saying you have your hand on the mic level control as you say this word audio and adjust your ALC meter for 7 or 2/3. 7 or 2/3 on your ALC meter as you say the word audio, spoken just as you would speak any other word. Don't stress it, just say it, Roger.
I'm going to do that. So I have, that's interesting. So I have the compression set about mid-range, and I do have, that's interesting, my ALC could use a little bit of a tweak up. So I'm going to do that on the next transmission when I'm watching what I'm doing on my end. I'm about a level, well, mine's in a scale of dB, where I'm hitting about peak, about minus 10 dB. Sounds this sound.
Roger, Mike. And that compressor, all we want is about 3 or 4 dB of activity there. That's when we say a 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100. We're approaching that compressor processor with a great deal of finesse to be sure that we're under that point where somebody says, "Hey, he's running a compressor." We don't want anybody to know what we're doing. So that's why, I suggest a 3 on your compressor processor. Roger?
Roger. Ooh, that did make a difference. So I'm pushing it a little bit differently now. And this is probably but I will go out to your website and pick me up. So let's turn it back over to you. I'm now running with, the process is normal mode.
Roger. And like I said, I'm not sure whether, because your compressor processor is on, that you have now shifted to a P set of EQ controls. But if not, if you don't have a separate set of P control or EQ controls called P, then I would suggest if you have the ability to put in your frequency for your equalization, the magic frequency for your, well, let's put it this way. What we want to do is if you have a 3-band EQ, what we want to do is make sure that mid EQ, EQ2, is flat or off. In other words, we don't want to mess with the mids at all. We want them off or flat as far as the EQ is concerned. Roger?
Okay, I've got the equalizer back on transmit. I have flattened out the mid-range. I have a little bit in high range. And there's been a debate in circles I'm in that equalizer around 0 is actually what you should be doing. It seems to me when I'm using the increased equalizer, I push it up in mid-range, but that may be because of my hearing default. But anyway, I don't know if I have your name. Mike, and I sure appreciate your time.
Roger, Roger, Mike. Just not sure we're on the level modulation. That was on your ALC meter. As you look at your ALC meter, we want that sweet spot to be 7 or 2/3. So as you say the word audio, adjust your mic gain control until your ALC meter is at the sweet spot of 7 or 2/3. Roger.
Yeah, Roger, Roger. And I've got that. Hey, I've got to push off. I've got something cooking on the stove, and now to get it off that stove. So I'm going to say 73 to you. I'm taking your KC9VKV. If that's not right for me now. This is WA8AHZ. I'm going to say 73. Thanks for your time today. This is very instructive.
Roger, Roger, Mike 73, sir, and I hope you save whatever in turmoil on your stove. Nothing worse than burnt whatever. It never tasted good, quite burnt as it does. As you I found once I hit 185 temperature, I'm just then cooking for effect and looking for that brown earth mother smother look for whatever I'm cooking. Anyway, 73, sir. And if you want to hear your audio, if you go to YouTube, do the call letter search KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook, will take you to this recording. It'll be cut number 1 in a series of 3600, and I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow. So 73 there, Mike, and we will catch you later. If you get a chance, join us next Friday. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.